Senior women, stop drinking plain water. Add this to boost collagen, firm skin, and smooth wrinkles. To every woman navigating the beautiful and complex journey beyond 60, a profound truth concerning your skin and the intricate dance of aging is about to be unveiled. A truth that may fundamentally shift your perspective. It is a common experience, perhaps one you intimately recognize. Diligently ensuring you consume ample amounts of plain water, meticulously hydrating your body throughout the day, yet still encountering the persistent reality of waking mornings to skin that feels perpetually parched, visibly lacks firmness, appears disconcertingly delicate and thin, and prominently displays wrinkles that have deepened into more defined lines, all contributing to an overarching impression of a tired and depleted complexion. Despite investing in an array of luxurious, often exorbitantly priced creams and serums, these topical remedies seem to offer only fleeting solace, failing to address the core issues with lasting efficacy. The truly astonishing revelation, however, lies not in the mere fact that your skin is aging in a conventional sense, but rather in a more nuanced and often overlooked biological reality. The very water you are diligently consuming, even in what feels like sufficient, even abundant quantities, is, in a critical sense, fundamentally deficient. It is missing a vital component crucial for the profound and sustained health of your mature skin. As women gracefully progress past the age of 60, the changes extending beyond the visible surface of the skin become increasingly profound and interconnected. It is not solely your epidermis that embarks on a transformation. Your entire circulatory system undergoes a significant and impactful shift. With the natural deceleration of blood flow, a process that often accelerates with age, the indispensable nutrients, proteins, and hydration molecules that are specifically designed to maintain your skin's inherent firmness, ensure its profound hydration, and keep it looking radiantly alive, are regrettably unable to traverse the intricate vascular network with their former efficiency. They simply cease to reach the outermost layers of your skin with the necessary vigor and consistency. This critical physiological alteration provides the precise explanation for why your facial skin may begin to feel distinctly thinner, losing its youthful density and plumpness. It elucidates why your complexion takes on an appearance of perpetual exhaustion, lacking its former vibrancy, and why those once subtle fine lines quietly and inexorably deepen, transforming into more noticeable and settled wrinkles. This phenomenon is far from being a mere passive consequence of the passage of time or the simple act of growing older. Instead, it represents a silent, insidious process of nutrient starvation that originates and persists deep within the fundamental structure of your skin. It unfolds covertly even as you conscientiously maintain your hydration levels and continue to invest in the most premium, cutting-edge topical creams and sophisticated skincare treatments available on the market, underscoring the limitations of external solutions when internal delivery is compromised. I am Dr. Eliza Hart, a board-certified obstetrician and gynecologist, bringing forth over 15 years of extensive, dedicated experience squarely focused on women's health and the intricate nuances surrounding hormonal skin aging. My professional journey has granted me a deep understanding of the unique physiological shifts women experience, particularly in relation to their skin as they mature. Today, my intention is to gently yet powerfully guide you toward a natural and profoundly effective method designed to consistently deliver essential collagen, life-giving oxygen, and deep restorative hydration directly back to the very layers of your skin. This innovative approach leverages a substance you already seamlessly integrate into your daily life: water. However, it's not merely the act of drinking water, but rather how we can transform its efficacy. As we embark on this journey into transformative knowledge, it is imperative that we first direct our attention to a foundational molecule, one that holds the ultimate power to dictate whether your skin genuinely radiates with intrinsic vitality, glowing with youthful health, or if it perpetually appears tired, depleted, and prematurely worn. Before we find ourselves immersed in discussions about the seemingly endless array of topical creams, the myriad of ingestible supplements, or the latest fashionable collagen-infused beverages promising miraculous results, it is absolutely essential that we first address a concept that is all too often overlooked, yet is utterly critical to genuine skin renewal: the principle of delivery. We observe countless women who diligently commit themselves to nourishing, protecting, and moisturizing their skin from the exterior, meticulously adhering to every step of a complex beauty regimen, applying products with precision and consistency. Yet, despite these commendable and often costly efforts, they frequently report that their faces continue to project an aura of profound tiredness. Their skin persistently feels fragile, thin, and delicate, and those ever-present wrinkles seem to inexorably deepen, settling more firmly into place. The fundamental reason underpinning this pervasive frustration is, in essence, remarkably simple, though it remains frequently misunderstood in the broader discourse on anti-aging. Collagen, the very protein responsible for skin structure and elasticity, does not possess some magical inherent capacity to simply materialize at the surface of your skin merely because it exists within your body. On the contrary, its arrival at the epidermal surface, and more importantly, within the deeper dermal layers where it performs its vital functions, is entirely contingent upon its careful and efficient transportation. This crucial process is orchestrated by your body's intricate network of blood vessels and depends entirely on the presence of robust, unimpeded blood flow. Furthermore, this entire exquisitely vital delivery system, without which all other efforts are severely hampered, hinges entirely upon the actions of a tiny yet incredibly potent and powerful molecule, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide operates as the singular, crucial biological signal, a masterful conductor that precisely instructs your microscopic blood vessels to gently yet firmly open and widen. This vasodilatory action is paramount, as it meticulously creates the optimal, unobstructed pathways that enable a steady and abundant flow of life-sustaining oxygen, essential collagen peptides, the very building blocks of youthfulness, elastin, which grants skin its vital snap and recoil, and hydrating hyaluronic acid. These indispensable components are then permitted to travel directly, efficiently, and unimpeded to the dermis, that profound, foundational, and intricately structured layer of your skin where genuine firmness, profound and lasting healing, and true cellular renewal authentically and robustly manifest. Conversely, in the absence of sufficient levels of nitric oxide, your complex and vital bloodstream regrettably becomes akin to an expansive, intricate road system that is perpetually plagued by closed gates, impassable barriers, and significant congestion. In such a compromised state, it matters little how much high-quality collagen you meticulously ingest through supplements, or how many potent, technologically advanced serums you diligently apply to the skin's surface. These beneficial substances simply cannot fully traverse the hindered pathways. They cannot effectively reach the specialized, hard-working cells nestled within the dermis that are explicitly responsible for the diligent building, continuous repair, and sustained maintenance of your skin's intricate and resilient structure. The absence of this key delivery mechanism renders even the most potent ingredients largely ineffective. Following the onset of menopause, a significant and often disorienting biological transformation invariably unfolds within a woman's body. A profound decline in nitric oxide levels is a natural yet critically impactful consequence of this phase, with production plummeting by an astounding margin of nearly 60%. This precipitous drop is intrinsically linked to the irreversible decline of estrogen, a hormone that historically played a critical stimulating role in the natural synthesis of nitric oxide. As nitric oxide levels diminish, a cascade of physiological effects is initiated. Those infinitesimally tiny capillaries, the delicate micropathways of your circulatory system, subtly yet persistently tighten and constrict. The once vibrant and efficient circulation decelerates to a noticeably sluggish, less effective pace. The direct consequence of this circulatory compromise is that your skin receives a significantly reduced supply of precious skin-essential nutrients, diminished vital hydration, and most critically, dramatically less collagen. This intricate biological sequence provides the profound underlying explanation for a widely shared sentiment among women, the palpable feeling that their aging process has undergone a sudden and unsettling acceleration, often manifesting abruptly after reaching 50, even though their personal lifestyle choices, dietary habits, and daily routines have remained largely consistent and unchanged. It feels as if an internal switch has been flipped, leading to a visible and rapid deterioration of skin quality, irrespective of external efforts. In the face of this alarming and frustrating phenomenon, women often respond with commendable yet ultimately misguided efforts. They may instinctively double their daily collagen intake, hoping to compensate for the perceived deficit, or they might pivot towards even richer, more complex, and invariably more expensive topical creams and serums, or explore a range of costly and sometimes invasive cosmetic treatments. Yet despite these diligent and often significant investments of time, energy, and financial resources, the persistent feeling remains. Their skin continues to appear dull, lacks its former luminosity, feels increasingly creased and fragile, and proves inexplicably unresponsive to these interventions. This continuous struggle often leaves them feeling perplexed and disheartened. The true missing link in this elaborate skincare puzzle, the piece that often remains undiscovered, isn't necessarily a deficiency in what you are applying externally to your skin's surface, nor is it solely about what you are consuming orally. Instead, the profound crux of the issue resides in a far more fundamental question. Does your body, particularly after the significant hormonal shifts of midlife, retain the inherent robust capacity to effectively and efficiently transport those much-needed life-sustaining nutrients precisely to the very cells and layers of the skin where they are most critically required for renewal and repair? Without this fundamental internal delivery system functioning optimally, even the finest ingredients cannot perform their intended magic. It is crucial to understand that nitric oxide does not operate in the manner of a topical cream. Its function is entirely distinct and profoundly internal. It does not merely reside on the surface of your skin, offering superficial benefits. Rather, it works tirelessly, acting as an invisible, silent, yet exceptionally powerful messenger, diligently and continuously carrying the fundamental building blocks of genuine skin health and intrinsic beauty, essential collagen peptides, crucial vitamins, and vital minerals directly to the very specific dermal locations that are actively signaling a need for repair, renewal, and profound rejuvenation. This is an insight I have consistently emphasized and imparted to countless patients throughout my career, recognizing its transformative potential. The critical truth is this: collagen does not simply arrive at your skin by virtue of being applied externally, nor does its mere presence within your system guarantee its deposition where it is needed most. It reaches your skin and subsequently invigorates its structure, precisely because your blood possesses the unobstructed capacity to effectively carry and deliver it. Once you achieve a deep intuitive grasp of this profound biological understanding, the entire paradigm of anti-aging skincare no longer centers on or begins with the array of products you painstakingly apply to your skin's exterior surface. Instead, it shifts fundamentally, starting with what your body is inherently able to effectively deliver and nourish from within. emphasizing systemic health over purely superficial intervention. Let us now delve deeper and meticulously examine the dramatic and far-reaching impact that a decline in nitric oxide production has on both collagen integrity and the overarching process of skin renewal. When the production of nitric oxide, due to natural physiological changes, inevitably begins its descent after the age of 50, it marks the arrival of a truly poignant and pivotal moment in a woman's life. At this juncture, the abstract concept of aging transcends its superficial observation in the mirror, evolving subtly yet profoundly into something far more intimate, a sensation she begins to feel deeply, almost viscerally, beneath the very surface of her skin. This transformative experience often commences quietly, almost imperceptibly, manifesting as a series of subtle shifts that accumulate over time. Perhaps her once favorite makeup, previously a reliable ally, no longer glides smoothly across her complexion, instead seeming to settle into fine lines and textures, inadvertently emphasizing rather than artfully concealing. Her cheeks, which once radiated a youthful, inherent fullness, may begin to appear slightly flatter, subtly losing that coveted plumpness and definition. Fine lines around her delicate eye area, once transient and easily mitigated with a simple touch of moisturizer, now seem to deepen with disconcerting rapidity, stubbornly etching themselves into permanent residence overnight. And that characteristic natural brightness, that effortless internal luminosity that once defined her skin's healthy appearance, now appears to have faded, leaving behind a complexion that feels dull and lackluster. Many women, in their attempts to articulate this profound shift, eloquently describe the sensation as if their face has somehow deflated, as if it has subtly and fundamentally lost its inherent inner fullness, its vital underlying plumpness, and its structural resilience. This deep-seated sensation, however, is far more than a simple indicator of the relentless passage of time. It represents a profound biological slowdown occurring at a cellular level, and it frequently brings with it a subtle yet deeply unsettling feeling of emotional insecurity and a diminished sense of self-confidence. As nitric oxide levels predictably and significantly decline following the age of 50, particularly throughout the profound and transformative transitions of perimenopause, menopause, and the ensuing post-menopausal years, the skin suffers a critical deprivation. It ceases to receive an adequate supply of vital, oxygen-rich blood and the full spectrum of nutrient-dense compounds essential for its effective and continuous repair. This systemic deprivation is particularly damaging and critical during the nocturnal hours, precisely when the skin's physiological programming dictates that cellular renewal and repair processes should be operating at their absolute peak efficiency. The natural process of collagen breakdown, an ongoing occurrence throughout one's life, is dramatically accelerated during this period, intensifying by a staggering nearly 30% within the initial 5 years immediately subsequent to menopause. Concurrently, the crucial fibroblast cells, which are essentially the diligent cellular factories explicitly responsible for the meticulous production of new collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid, unfortunately enter a state of dormancy. They become noticeably less active, significantly less responsive, and largely quiescent. Without an ample and consistent supply of nitric oxide, these essential fibroblasts simply do not receive the vital internal signal they require to awaken from their slumber, to actively engage in the intricate process of rebuilding, or to vigorously and effectively regenerate the fundamental structure of the skin. This leads to a cumulative deficit in structural integrity that is increasingly difficult for the skin to overcome naturally. It is a frequent occurrence in my practice for women to voice their profound frustration, often articulating a sentiment such as, "Doctor, I am still maintaining an incredibly healthy diet. I diligently adhere to my collagen supplement regimen, and I make sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day. Yet despite all these efforts, my skin persistently looks so tired, so dull, and inexplicably lifeless." My consistent response to this common and understandable lament invariably clarifies a deeply entrenched misconception within popular skincare discourse. The fundamental truth, often overlooked, is that mere superficial hydration is profoundly not synonymous with, nor equivalent to, robust and efficient internal circulation. When the body's intricate circulatory system inevitably begins to weaken and slow down with the progression of age, even the most expensive, technologically advanced creams and the most potent, high-quality oral supplements struggle immensely to make a truly meaningful, lasting difference. This is because the underlying critical delivery system itself, the very network responsible for transporting these beneficial compounds, has fundamentally decelerated and compromised its efficacy. When this critical circulatory slowdown unfolds, the skin invariably suffers, losing its inherent resilience, its natural plumpness, and its youthful integrity. It becomes noticeably thinner and more fragile around the delicate neck area, feels perceptibly softer and less defined along the once firm jawline, and appears looser and less taut around the mouth. Those fine lines that once gracefully receded with a simple hydrating application of moisturizer begin to stubbornly linger, etching themselves into more permanent, visible fixtures. Furthermore, key areas like the cheeks, temples, and forehead visibly commence losing their youthful firmness and structural support, because collagen is no longer being repaired and synthesized at the necessary speed to effectively counteract the accelerated rate at which it is being broken down. However, it is absolutely crucial to deeply understand that encountering this stage is not a personal failure on your part, nor an indication of neglect. Instead, it is your skin, in its own eloquent biological language, earnestly asking for a different, far deeper, and more foundational kind of support, a level of assistance that simple hydration and antioxidants alone, however beneficial, can no longer adequately provide. It is a genuine, profound plea from your skin for nitric oxide, that essential, powerful messenger molecule that repeatedly communicates the vital imperative to renew, rebuild, and restore its intrinsic health and youthful structure. Therefore, the truly paramount question that demands our attention is not merely the quantity of water you conscientiously manage to drink throughout a given day, but rather the fundamental and critical capacity of your body to genuinely and effectively deliver that essential hydration precisely to the deep cellular locations where youthful vitality is continuously rebuilt and rejuvenated, deep within the intricate matrix of your very skin. For a significant number of women, the pursuit of a healthy, radiant glow and a vibrantly youthful complexion has, for decades, been inextricably synonymous with the straightforward act of simply drinking an abundance of plain water. They meticulously carry their water bottles as constant companions, taking consistent, conscientious sips throughout their waking hours, and faithfully adhere to the widely recognized, almost ritualistic rule of consuming 8 glasses daily. Yet, despite these diligent, almost ritualistic efforts, they frequently find themselves grappling with profound frustration, silently contemplating perplexing questions. Why does my skin still feel so persistently parched and dry, despite all my hydration efforts? Why do new, unwelcome wrinkles continue to relentlessly appear, seemingly without cause? Why do I seem to look progressively older and more tired, even though I am consciously doing absolutely everything I believe to be right for my skin's health? The answer, a simple yet profoundly illuminating truth, lies in understanding a critical distinction. Superficial hydration, while foundational for overall bodily function, is categorically not the same as deep, vital, and robust internal circulation. While plain water undeniably fulfills its crucial role in hydrating your body at a basic systemic level, enabling essential cellular processes, it does not in and of itself actively and efficiently deliver crucial collagen, peptides, life-giving oxygen, or the full spectrum of potent skin-repairing nutrients directly to the deep dermal layers. These dermal layers represent the very core of your skin, the intricate inner sanctum where genuine firmness, natural elasticity, and that coveted intrinsic youthful glow are authentically restored and maintained, while systemic hydration is unequivocally essential for the optimal functioning of your entire body, supporting everything from cellular metabolism to organ health. It is exclusively robust, unimpeded circulation that consistently empowers your skin to actively renew itself, continuously repair damage, and maintain its structural integrity. This crucial distinction precisely elucidates a common paradox: why a woman can be thoroughly and completely hydrated at a systemic level with her internal bodily functions operating efficiently, yet simultaneously experience her skin feeling uncomfortably tight, appearing persistently dull, and displaying a fragile, almost paper-thin quality. Water alone, irrespective of the generous quantities consumed, fundamentally lacks the intrinsic biological capacity to act upon and open the microscopic capillaries that form an intricate, delicate network beneath your skin's surface. It cannot effectively and strategically direct essential collagen to specific facial areas where it is most critically needed for structural support and rejuvenation. Furthermore, and perhaps most importantly, it certainly cannot awaken the dormant fibroblasts, those vital, industrious cells that serve as the primary architects and engineers, explicitly responsible for initiating and executing the complex, ongoing repair processes that underpin youthful, resilient skin. Without the active signal to these fibroblasts, the skin's capacity for self-repair remains significantly stifled. By the time a woman enters her late 50s and early 60s, the production of nitric oxide within her body has, in most cases, experienced a precipitous and sharp decline, often falling by more than half its youthful levels. This profound and critical reduction carries significant implications. It means that even if she diligently consumes more than enough water, consistently meeting or exceeding hydration recommendations, her blood vessels, those crucial conduits for nutrient delivery, may regrettably remain in a state of constriction, appearing tight, narrow, and largely unresponsive to the demands of optimal skin health. Consequently, essential nutrients, life-giving oxygen, and vital building blocks move sluggishly with diminished vigor, or in some particularly severe cases, they may barely reach the skin at all, despite the body's systemic hydration status appearing otherwise adequate. This biological reality provides the precise explanation for why so many discerning women eloquently describe themselves as feeling internally hydrated, yet simultaneously observing undeniable signs of continued skin aging. Some women even express a poignant disconnect, stating, "My body feels nourished and well cared for, but my skin still stubbornly looks tired, dull, and lackluster, defying my efforts." This persistent incongruity highlights the need for a re-evaluation of our approach. However, a remarkable transformation occurs when water is thoughtfully and strategically enriched with the right natural compounds. Specifically, when it is infused with potent ingredients that actively stimulate nitric oxide production, meticulously protect its delicate molecular structure from premature degradation, and efficiently transported throughout the system, water ceases to be mere simple hydration. Instead, through this profound enhancement, it miraculously transforms into a catalyst for robust, efficient circulation. It evolves into a dynamic medium for active nutrient delivery, genuinely becoming a source of deep internal nourishment that can truly reach the critical, starved areas of your skin that are desperately awaiting the signals to rebuild, repair, and profoundly rejuvenate. This profound shift in understanding changes absolutely everything about how we approach mature skin health. It is no longer solely about merely increasing the quantity of water consumed. Rather, it is fundamentally about knowing precisely what to gently yet strategically add to it. Because the enduring beauty and resilient vitality of mature skin are not achieved through moisture alone. They are intrinsically about movement. The smooth, efficient, and unimpeded movement of vital nutrients, of essential oxygen, and of crucial collagen, all gracefully guided, amplified, and orchestrated by the powerful presence of nitric oxide. This is the pathway to true dermal regeneration. Given the undeniable truth that simple hydration in isolation is clearly no longer sufficient to sustain optimal skin health as we mature, a more critical and empowering question arises. What gentle yet profoundly effective natural additions can we thoughtfully incorporate into our daily water intake to help it transition from a passive hydrator into an active conduit capable of effectively carrying essential collagen, life-giving oxygen, and true, vibrant vitality directly back into the very fabric of our skin? That indeed, my dear friends, is the precise juncture where the real and lasting transformation fundamentally begins. There is a deeply felt and often distressing reason why a multitude of women, particularly those over the age of 50, suddenly perceive that their skin has irrevocably lost its inherent natural, vibrant glow and youthful luminosity. This unsettling sensation persists even when their dietary collagen intake remains consistent and their dedicated, meticulously maintained skincare routines are diligently followed. It is not, as one might instinctively and understandably assume, that collagen itself has suddenly ceased to be effective for them. Rather, it is a profound and often overlooked biological reality. The circulatory system has gradually, almost imperceptibly, ceased to effectively and efficiently deliver that collagen to where it is most crucially needed. It is precisely in addressing this fundamental delivery gap that the humble beetroot emerges as an extraordinarily powerful and unexpectedly vital ally, functioning not merely as a superficial cosmetic ingredient or a fleeting trend, but as a profound and potent biological activator, working from within to restore essential functions. Beetroot, often underestimated in its profound biological capacity, is in fact one of nature's most remarkably rich and potent sources of dietary nitrates. These naturally occurring compounds are then intelligently and efficiently converted by your body into the vital vasodilating molecule, nitric oxide. Crucially, unlike topical creams and serums that primarily offer benefits at the skin's outermost surface, beetroot operates its transformative action from deep within your physiological system. It gently yet powerfully initiates the essential process of opening and widening those minuscule capillaries, the delicate, intricate network of blood vessels that lie beneath the sensitive and often fragile skin of your face, neck, and hands. This fundamental physiological adjustment is absolutely crucial as it finally allows essential collagen peptides, life-sustaining oxygen, and a comprehensive spectrum of other vital nutrients to effectively reach the dermal layer. This deeper foundational layer is precisely the authentic site where true skin renewal, profound healing, and genuine rejuvenation processes authentically and robustly unfold. For women who have transitioned through menopause, the stark biological reality is that nitric oxide levels can plummet by a staggering 50% or even more. This significant decline thoroughly explains the frequently observed phenomena of pale cheeks lacking vitality, pervasive and stubborn dryness, an increasingly uneven skin tone, and an overarching general dullness that often appears despite rigorous and consistent hydration efforts. When finely ground beetroot powder is consistently and thoughtfully incorporated into one's daily water intake, it actively and effectively stimulates nitric oxide production through a unique metabolic pathway. Critically, this pathway does not heavily rely on the presence of strong or abundant estrogen levels, which makes it particularly and exceptionally effective, even indispensable, for women over the age of 50. This subsequent sustained surge in nitric oxide profoundly improves microcirculation throughout the skin. It dramatically revives the activity of fibroblast cells, those critical cellular factories specifically responsible for diligently producing new collagen. Furthermore, it vigorously supports the efficient delivery of precious collagen peptides directly to the skin's foundational layers. Women who consistently embrace the simple yet powerful habit of consuming beetroot-enhanced water frequently describe a palpable transformation. Their skin begins to appear distinctly more awake, vibrantly alive, possessing a deep intrinsic luminosity that genuinely radiates from within. This is far from being a mere superficial glow. It is the authentic, visible manifestation of a circulatory system profoundly renewed and optimized, reflecting true inner health. From a clinical perspective, the effects of consistent beetroot consumption are often remarkably swift and encouraging. Noticeable improvements in skin vitality are frequently observed within a comparatively short span of just 7 to 14 days, offering an initial glimpse into the positive changes underway. However, to truly witness more profound and transformative changes encompassing significant improvements in overall skin texture, enhanced hydration capacity, and a more even and harmonious skin tone, a more extended period of consistent incorporation, typically ranging from 4 to 6 weeks, is usually required for the full realization of its benefits. Anecdotal reports from women utilizing this approach further highlight its efficacy. Many convey that their skin begins to retain moisture in an entirely different, demonstrably more efficient manner. It feels noticeably plumper, exquisitely smoother to the touch, and significantly less fragile, particularly in the delicate and often vulnerable areas surrounding the eyes and mouth. A notable advantage often cited is the surprising ease and sheer pleasantness of maintaining this new habit. Its integration feels gentle, utterly natural, and fundamentally distinct from the sensation of adhering to an arduous, forced, or overly restrictive treatment regimen. Ultimately, however, perhaps the most meaningful and profound aspect of beetroot's contribution extends beyond its direct, generous provision of benefits. It lies in its fundamental capacity to help reawaken the skin's own innate and natural repair system. A sophisticated, intricate biological mechanism that may have been quietly dormant, lying in wait for years, simply patiently awaiting the precise and correct biological signal to reactivate and resume its vital functions. And while beetroot undeniably excels at stimulating the production and actively building up levels of nitric oxide within the body, the subsequent equally crucial challenge then involves meticulously protecting this newly generated nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly and inefficiently. This strategic preservation is where another potent, truly natural, and remarkably effective ingredient gracefully steps forward to play its indispensable and complementary part in this holistic approach to skin rejuvenation. It is a common observation that the vast majority of women primarily direct their attention and dedicate their considerable efforts towards understanding how to effectively build up new collagen within their skin. They seek out methods to stimulate its production, hoping to replenish what has been lost. Yet, with surprising rarity, almost no one engages in a conversation about the equally crucial and arguably even more critical aspect of how to genuinely and proactively protect the precious collagen that is already present within the skin's architecture. This profound, often overlooked truth, dear friends, is where the real essence of true and effective anti-aging fundamentally commences. Consider for a moment the scenario. You are diligently executing every recommended step, faithfully adhering to your collagen supplement regimen consistently, consuming a wholesome and nutrient-rich diet, and even actively stimulating nitric oxide production with powerful natural ingredients such as beetroot. Despite the cumulative impact of all these commendable and concerted efforts, your skin still feels frustratingly fragile, creases with disconcerting ease, and continues to visibly lose its firmness at a disheartening pace, seemingly much faster than it ought to. The underlying biological reason for this disheartening phenomenon is, in fact, remarkably simple in its explanation, yet tragically and frequently overlooked in conventional skincare narratives. Collagen within the skin is not simply subject to the relentless march of chronological time, it is also under a constant, relentless, and active attack from specific enzymes found intrinsically within the skin itself. Among these, the most notable are the matrix metalloproteinases, specifically MMP1, which are biologically designed to actively break down collagen fibers. Following menopause, a significant and impactful biological shift occurs within the body. These particular collagen-degrading enzymes, MMP1, become considerably more active and aggressive, thus dramatically accelerating the inherent rate of collagen loss. This destructive process continues unabated unless a powerful internal shield intervenes to protect the skin's structural integrity from within. This is precisely the biological niche where the extraordinary pomegranate, far more than just a delicious and vibrant fruit, steps forward to play an absolutely exceptional and vital role as a potent biological protector. Pomegranate, a fruit revered across cultures for its health benefits, is extraordinarily rich in a unique and diverse class of potent natural compounds known as polyphenols, particularly L-arginines. These formidable natural compounds are not only powerful antioxidants but also play a pivotal and indispensable role in preserving the delicate molecule of nitric oxide, actively preventing its premature breakdown and inactivation within the circulatory system. When nitric oxide is effectively protected and consequently remains active and abundant for a significantly longer duration, the circulatory system can continue its vital mission with sustained efficacy, diligently delivering essential collagen, life-giving oxygen, and hydrating hyaluronic acid to the skin's deepest foundational layers, extending its beneficial reach even hours after the pomegranate has been consumed. This sustained action is precisely why pomegranate is so aptly and deservedly referred to as the collagen guardian. However, its remarkable benefits delve even deeper and extend beyond mere protective action. Once the powerful polyphenols derived from pomegranate enter the bloodstream, they diligently help to neutralize damaging free radicals and reduce the pervasive oxidative stress that can adversely affect the delicate environment surrounding the fibroblast cells, those crucial industrious cells responsible for collagen production. This profound protective action creates a more conducive cellular environment, allowing these fibroblasts to repair themselves more effectively, operate with enhanced vitality, and subsequently regenerate new collagen with renewed vigor and efficiency. In several meticulously designed and well-documented clinical studies, mature women who consistently incorporated pomegranate into their dietary regimen demonstrated significant and measurable improvements in overall skin firmness. They experienced a noticeable reduction in the appearance of visible wrinkles, particularly in the delicate and often telltale areas around the eyes and mouth, and proudly boasted a more even, harmonious, and radiant skin tone after a period of consistent use. It is imperative to emphasize that these impressive results were achieved not because pomegranate itself directly introduced new collagen into the skin, but precisely because it actively and powerfully helped to protect and preserve the precious existing collagen that was already integral to the skin structure, safeguarding it from degradation and allowing for its optimal function. Many women who have integrated pomegranate into their daily routine describe experiencing a subtle yet profoundly meaningful transformation in their skin's quality and feel. Within a matter of just a few consistent weeks, their skin doesn't merely exhibit a superficial improvement in appearance, it genuinely feels stronger, possessing a newfound resilience. They notice it is significantly less prone to those stubborn, frustrating creases that often appear after a night's sleep, indicating improved structural integrity. The skin becomes notably less susceptible to environmental irritations, and strikingly, the delicate areas such as the neck and the under eye region feel considerably less fragile and paper-like. Some women even joyfully report that their makeup applies more smoothly and sits better on their revitalized complexion, requiring less effort for a flawless finish. Their skin responds more positively to gentle massage, feeling less taut and more receptive, and that previously frustrating sensitivity gradually diminishes as their internal circulation stabilizes and improves, bringing a sense of calm and balance. Pomegranate, in its profound efficacy, does not make outlandish promises of instant, miraculous transformations. Instead, it steadfastly and reliably supports the skin's inherent quiet strength, acting as an internal guardian. It helps the skin to gracefully hold on to what truly matters most for its long-term health and youthful appearance: its precious, existing collagen, its natural, vital elasticity, and its dignified, healthy overall appearance. What many women particularly appreciate about this approach is its silent, unobtrusive efficacy. It performs its diligent work without demanding radical alterations to one's lifestyle, requiring merely a small, consistent, and easily integrated daily commitment, making it a sustainable and rewarding practice for mature skincare. While the diligent protection of existing nitric oxide represents a significant advancement in our understanding and approach to skin health, it, nonetheless, addresses only one crucial piece of a far more complex biological puzzle. A compelling question then arises: what if we possess the ability to not only safeguard nitric oxide, but also actively accelerate its production within the body, thereby further enhancing the crucial transport of collagen, propelling these vital building blocks even deeper into the dermal layers of the skin where they are most critically needed? The common narrative is that many women dedicate countless years, significant emotional energy, and considerable financial resources to experimenting with an extensive array of collagen-infused creams, diligently taking various oral collagen supplements, and even undergoing expensive, often invasive cosmetic treatments, hoping to restore their skin's youthful vitality. Yet, despite these extensive and often exhaustive efforts, their skin frequently continues to feel disconcertingly thin, appears noticeably loose, and seems unable to genuinely hold its inherent firmness and structural integrity. This pervasive issue isn't always rooted in an inherent or absolute lack of collagen production within the body. Rather, sometimes the fundamental and overriding problem is that the collagen their body does produce simply cannot effectively and efficiently reach the specific areas of the skin where it is most critically needed for repair, support, and rejuvenation. It is precisely in addressing this profound circulatory and delivery bottleneck that citrulline, a potent natural amino acid found abundantly in common fruits like watermelon, truly emerges to make a remarkable and profoundly impactful difference, offering a targeted solution to this pervasive challenge. Citrulline possesses a distinct biological advantage over certain L-arginine supplements. Unlike L-arginine pills, which frequently encounter a significant challenge in the harsh, acidic environment of the stomach, where they often get partially destroyed or degraded before they can be fully absorbed and utilized by the body, citrulline follows a more efficient and gentle metabolic pathway. It is gently yet effectively converted into L-arginine directly within the bloodstream, bypassing gastric degradation. This unique and sophisticated metabolic process allows the body to naturally synthesize nitric oxide with far greater efficiency, consistency, and bioavailability. The profound results of this enhanced nitric oxide production are manifold. A significant and measurable improvement in microcirculation, particularly benefiting those specific facial and neck areas that are unfortunately most prone to revealing the earliest and most telling signs of aging, including the delicate skin of the neck, the contours of the once sculpted jawline, and the fragile under-eye region. Women navigating the post-50 years often express a deep-seated frustration, describing their skin as paper-thin or lamenting its apparent inability to hold structure. This common and evocative description is, in a majority of cases, a telltale and unequivocal sign of compromised or weak collagen delivery, rather than solely a deficiency in collagen production. When citrulline actively stimulates the sustained production of nitric oxide, those tiny, often constricted capillaries, the microscopic pathways of blood flow, begin to gently yet decisively open up, effectively acting as revitalized and vital conduits. This crucial vasodilation enables essential collagen amino acids, life-giving oxygen, and deeply hydrating hyaluronic acid to be efficiently transported directly to the fibroblasts, those tireless, hard-working cells explicitly responsible for building and maintaining skin elasticity and structural integrity. Gradually, with consistent and dedicated use of citrulline, the skin's overall texture transforms, becoming noticeably less fragile, feeling more robust, and exhibiting enhanced resilience. Fine lines, especially the delicate networks around the cheeks and beneath the eyes, begin to gracefully soften and diminish in prominence. This remarkable improvement occurs not because new collagen was artificially introduced or forced into the skin, but because the existing precious collagen, which was always present, finally reached precisely where it was desperately needed, allowing the skin to self-repair and rejuvenate naturally. What truly sets citrulline apart and distinguishes its unique contribution is its gentle yet undeniably profound and noticeable effect on enhancing skin elasticity and overall resilience. In a series of compelling and rigorously conducted studies, mature women who consistently incorporated citrulline-rich sources into their daily regimen experienced measurable and significant improvements in their skin's pliability, indicative of restored flexibility. They reported enhanced moisture retention, which contributed to a more hydrated and supple complexion, and observed a visible reduction in the appearance of sagging, particularly evident around the lower face and the delicate, often age-revealing neck areas. Many participants even happily reported a subjective yet deeply significant improvement. Their skin held its shape better when expressing emotions like smiling or during the routine application of makeup, instead of immediately folding, creasing, or showing signs of strain under pressure. These seemingly small, incremental improvements in elasticity can, in aggregate, profoundly transform how women feel about their skin, imparting a newfound sense of less fragility, reduced unpredictability, and a greater intrinsic capacity for recovery and rebound after exposure to daily environmental stressors and seasonal dryness, factors that are especially crucial and impactful during periods of significant hormonal fluctuations. This holistic approach to skin rejuvenation, therefore, is not about simply chasing a fleeting, artificially younger appearance. Instead, it is fundamentally about cultivating skin that feels genuinely supported from within, deeply nourished at a cellular level, and inherently resilient to the challenges of aging. It fosters a type of firmness that is not tight or artificially stretched, but rather comfortably strong, possessing a natural give, as if the skin is slowly yet steadily remembering how to naturally support and sustain itself once again. And while citrulline profoundly aids in transporting collagen more effectively by enhancing nitric oxide production and vasodilation, there exists yet another powerful and synergistic ingredient that operates from an even deeper biological layer, diligently working to repair the very pathways, the intricate vascular infrastructure through which collagen must travel to reach its ultimate destination and exert its beneficial effects. By the time a woman reaches her mid-50s, the unfortunate and often distressing reality is that collagen loss within the skin transcends being merely a superficial aesthetic concern, limited to surface wrinkles. It fundamentally evolves into a critical and pervasive circulation issue, underscoring the interconnectedness of bodily systems. Those intricate, delicate blood vessels that once effortlessly and efficiently carried essential nutrients, life-sustaining oxygen, and crucial collagen-building amino acids to the skin's deepest layers begin a gradual, insidious process of stiffening, weakening, and becoming subtly inflamed. This subtle yet pervasive decline in vascular health is not immediately visible to the naked eye, operating beneath the surface, but its cumulative effects slowly and subtly reveal themselves over time through a cascade of visible signs. The appearance of deeper, more entrenched lines around the mouth, significantly slower skin healing processes after minor abrasions or irritations, an increased and often distressing skin sensitivity, and that persistent, frustrating dullness of complexion that no amount of diligent moisturizing or topical intervention seems capable of truly rectifying. The undeniable and profound truth is that without healthy, resilient, and robust microcirculation, the invaluable collagen that your body actively produces simply cannot effectively reach the skin cells that desperately need it for structural support, repair, and rejuvenation. This creates a bottleneck that no amount of oral supplementation can overcome alone. It is precisely in addressing this profound foundational challenge that pine bark extract, known scientifically as pycnogenol, emerges as a uniquely powerful and truly transformative ingredient. Its mechanism of action goes far beyond merely boosting collagen production. It fundamentally helps to heal, strengthen, and revitalize the very biological highways, the delicate vascular network, that are explicitly responsible for carrying collagen and other vital nutrients to your skin, ensuring their efficient and effective delivery. Extensive and compelling scientific research has definitively shown that pine bark extract actively works to strengthen and meticulously repair the delicate inner lining of blood vessels, a critical layer known as the endothelium. By fortifying this vital lining, it significantly facilitates and optimizes blood flow, ensuring a much better and more consistent supply of nutrients and oxygen to the face, the neck, and the delicate under-eye area, precisely the regions where the most telling and early signs of aging typically first manifest. In a series of rigorously conducted clinical studies, mature women who consistently incorporated pine bark extract into their daily routine for a sustained period of 12 weeks demonstrated remarkable and objectively measurable improvements across several key skin parameters. Participants experienced a substantial 44% increase in overall skin elasticity, an impressive 35% reduction in the depth of existing wrinkles, and significantly enhanced hydration retention capabilities, leading to a more supple and youthful complexion. What truly renders pine bark extract remarkable and sets it apart is its powerful and synergistic dual action. Firstly, it profoundly improves microcirculation by actively reducing chronic inflammation within the walls of the blood vessels, a common issue in aging. This reduction in inflammation restores their inherent suppleness and flexibility, allowing for more efficient blood transport. Secondly, it notably enhances natural collagen production by gently yet effectively stimulating the activity of fibroblasts, those crucial, industrious cells responsible for generating new collagen. Simultaneously, it provides robust protection to these fibroblasts from the damaging and accelerating effects of oxidative stress, a major contributor to cellular aging. This multifaceted action signifies that not only is a greater quantity of collagen produced internally, but, more crucially, a significantly larger proportion of that newly synthesized collagen actually reaches the skin cells where it can genuinely exert its visible, transformative difference, leading to tangible improvements in skin structure and appearance. The transformative effects of pine bark extract extend beyond mere scientific measurements, reaching into the subjective and deeply felt experiences of women. Some even share that their skin feels noticeably less fragile and more robust to the touch, a welcome change from the delicate, easily bruised sensation often associated with mature skin. They report that their under-eye area, a notorious indicator of fatigue and aging, appears less hollow and recessed, conveying a more rested and youthful look, while their overall complexion seems calmer, more balanced, and less prone to redness or irritation. Many women eloquently describe pine bark extract as the ingredient that genuinely helps their skin come back to life, not through the introduction of something artificial or externally imposed, but by authentically restoring a forgotten, essential biological pathway, rekindling the skin's inherent vitality. As a result, skin begins to feel comforted, rather than tightly stretched or pulled. It feels genuinely supported from within, rather than being forced into unnatural taut positions. Gradually, it becomes more resilient against daily aggressors, less fragile in its structure, and remarkably more unified in both its tone and texture, presenting a harmonious and healthy appearance. Thus, while our dedicated focus is rightly placed on the intricate processes of building and creating new collagen, we must, with equal emphasis, never overlook the profound and indispensable importance of effectively delivering that collagen to its intended cellular destinations. And once that crucial internal delivery system embarks on its path to recovery and renewed efficiency, there remains one more vital overarching step: the provision of consistent long-term nourishment. This sustained support empowers the skin to not only rebuild, but crucially to maintain and fortify what it has slowly but surely begun to restore and regenerate, ensuring lasting benefits. There inevitably arrives a point, after diligently trying countless different supplements, experimenting with various luxurious oils, and incorporating an array of potent botanical extracts, when many women begin to pose a deeply reflective and critical question: how do I truly sustain all these incredible hard-won improvements I'm seeing in my skin? This fundamental and vital question becomes especially pressing and profoundly important after the age of 50, a period when the skin might exhibit encouraging improvements one week, only to mysteriously revert to a dull, tired, and uninspired appearance the very next. This disheartening inconsistency can undermine efforts and morale. The profound truth, dear friends, is that collagen repair and skin rejuvenation are not singular, isolated, one-time events, nor are they the result of a quick, temporary fix. Instead, they are dynamic, vibrant, ongoing, and living biological processes that depend entirely upon a consistent, steady, and unwavering supply of essential bioavailable nutrients. This includes a crucial spectrum of specific vitamins, vital minerals, and significantly dietary nitrates that tirelessly work in synergy to keep nitric oxide production and collagen synthesis actively functioning and optimally supported. This is precisely the critical juncture where the consistent addition of high-quality leafy greens powder emerges as an incredibly valuable and deeply beneficial staple in your daily routine. Its approach is not to aggressively stimulate or forcefully mandate any sudden or dramatic change within the skin. Rather, it gently yet profoundly and consistently nourishes and supports the skin's inherent natural renewal rhythm, providing the sustained fuel it needs to thrive. Abundantly rich in vital folate, essential magnesium, potent antioxidant vitamin C, crucial vitamin K, and a significant array of naturally occurring dietary nitrates, high-quality leafy greens powder consistently and synergistically supports both robust natural collagen production and healthy, efficient circulation over the long term. While powerful, targeted ingredients such as beetroot or pine bark extract play crucial roles in actively kickstarting and profoundly activating the vital processes of collagen delivery and vascular repair, leafy greens, through their sustained nutritional contribution, help to diligently and consistently sustain these benefits day after day. They work quietly but powerfully to strengthen the skin's fundamental underlying support system, acting as a consistent, nourishing foundation. Women who regularly and thoughtfully incorporate leafy greens powder into their daily dietary regimen often observe something subtle yet profoundly life-changing in their skin. Their complexion begins to feel calmer, exhibiting a consistent state of optimal hydration, and appears remarkably more awake and refreshed. This transformation is not a dramatic, sudden, overnight spectacle or an instant miracle. Rather, it manifests as a gradual, steady, and deeply authentic blossoming, much akin to a cherished plant slowly regaining its intrinsic strength, lushness, and vibrant vitality after being watered consistently, lovingly, and adequately over time. Consequently, skin tone begins to look noticeably more even, harmonious, and balanced. Morning puffiness, a common complaint, visibly lessens. Makeup applies more smoothly and sits better on the skin, not merely because the skin has miraculously become firmer, but because it is genuinely healthier, more balanced, and deeply nourished from within. Some women even happily mention that their skin no longer feels perpetually thirsty or parched in the way it once did, indicating a profound improvement in its internal moisture regulation, and fine lines appear softer, more blurred, and less sharply defined and prominent, contributing to a smoother and more youthful appearance. With the consistent integration of leafy greens, there emerges a profound and deeply reassuring sense of quiet stability within the skin, as if it has finally discovered and settled into its intrinsic biological balance, rather than being perpetually caught in a relentless cycle of chasing after temporary, superficial repairs. However, perhaps the most meaningful and truly profound effect of leafy greens lies not just in immediate improvements, but in their powerful preventative capacity and their ability to foster sustained health. Leafy greens diligently contribute to maintaining the crucial flexibility and elasticity of blood vessels, ensuring their optimal function over time. They significantly help to reduce systemic oxidative stress, a primary and aggressive contributor to cellular aging and damage, safeguarding the skin's integrity. Furthermore, they consistently support the gentle, ongoing repair processes that quietly and effectively happen overnight, especially when nitric oxide levels are adequately maintained and remain active. The approach to skin health thus shifts fundamentally. It becomes less about desperately chasing immediate fleeting results and far more about consciously preserving, nurturing, and fortifying the skin's inherent health for the long haul. This long-term perspective is especially crucial for women over 50, where the natural rate of skin renewal and cellular turnover is considerably slower and more delicate. In this context, consistent nourishment must be steady, reliable, and dependable rather than sporadic, intensive, or explosive. It serves as a beautiful and powerful reminder that aging skin does not require harsh pressures, aggressive treatments, or invasive procedures. Instead, it profoundly needs and responds to unwavering consistency, gentle patience, and genuine biological kindness, an approach that respects its natural rhythms and supports its internal mechanisms. Because the ultimate and most empowering goal is not merely to build collagen today, but to gently empower your skin to fundamentally remember how to heal, renew, and sustain itself naturally tomorrow and in all the years to come. And when your skin begins to truly remember and re-embrace these inherent vital capacities, something even more important and deeply resonant than mere external radiance gracefully returns, a quiet, profound, and deeply rooted sense of confidence in your own authentic, natural beauty, reflecting health from within. Ultimately, the journey of restoring collagen and enhancing skin vitality after the age of 50 is not about desperately chasing a fleeting illusion of youth or trying to turn back the hands of time with artificial interventions. Instead, it represents a conscious, gentle, and profoundly loving reconnection of your skin with the fundamental biological wisdom it once inherently possessed. The power of vibrant and unimpeded circulation, the deep and consistent nourishment it requires at a cellular level, and the innate capacity for efficient and self-sustaining repair. When nitric oxide flows freely throughout your vascular network, ensuring optimal delivery, when existing collagen is diligently protected from degradation, and when the skin's natural renewal processes are consistently and gently supported with the right internal inputs, your skin ceases to strive for an artificially younger appearance. Instead, it simply begins to look genuinely healthier, visibly calmer, radiating a sense of well-being, and truly more alive with an intrinsic, authentic glow. And that, more than any superficial aesthetic, is the most profound and lasting testament to its revitalized health and your renewed sense of confidence.